Hey everybody, this is Ogden's Missing Sign. You've probably never seen me around the internet, but I used to do some okay-ish Mega Man 3 speedruns using a auto-fire, a turbo control on Twitch. They were not allowed on the leaderboard, obviously, because there is no turbo category officially. However, I have recently been playing the Legacy Collection version of Mega Man 3, which does allow auto-fire, the built-in auto-fire. Since I was playing that on the PlayStation 5, and I don't have a capture card for that, I have to add a timer for it to be allowed on the leaderboards, and so I figured, since I have to add a timer, I might as well do some commentary. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's get this timer rolling. Alright, so, let's get scooted up here. I am going to be running these against my NES Mega Man time splits because I was timing this on my phone and I don't know how to move that onto my computer if I can. I did go through the trouble of typing in the full range of splits for a little bit of an older run, and then Live Split crashed, and I didn't save the splits. And after all of the fighting with OBS, I don't want to do that again. So anyway, we've got a pretty decent start going here. You'll notice there is basically no lag, especially compared to the NES version of this game. Which is very laggy. I haven't really looked into the differences between the Legacy Collection, like the well-done runs, and the NES versions of the run. There's a lot of things involved in the run that are designed specifically for lag reduction. And since you don't have to really worry about that, there's probably going to be a difference in strategies between, you know, like Fast at CC or Casio, and, you know, on the NES, and like a top runner on this. If there really are any top runners, I mean, I did check out Darko's run for this, but it seemed like he just did the regular NES run. So this could be our first boss fight win. You'll notice how easy it is to use the auto-fire feature rather than jumping and mashing all the cats down and all that. Alright, 155. 155 is a good time. For me, it's a very good time for Top Man. So, anyway, now that we got the basics out of the way, we can talk more about the run. One of the big changes for having auto-fire in the game, as opposed to jumping and shooting, jumping and mashing, is Proto Man fights. There are several Proto Man fights in this game, and they go way faster with auto-fire. Let's see how I did here. Okay, pretty good Proto Man fight. I think you can do that one cycle quicker if you slide under him, like, immediately. Okay, Darkroom's going pretty well right here. It's not like a top-tier Darkroom, but something you might not expect with an auto-fire feature. You know, when you hear auto-fire in Mega Man 3, you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, you know, you don't have to worry about jumping and mashing, you can just hold the auto-fire button down and shoot everything. But since you can only have 3 lemons on the screen at a time, I don't know how to wiggle, by the way, so we do this really safe and slow to make sure that it's not the end of the run right here. It actually makes things like the Darkroom screen, a lot more... It's difficult in a different way, because I generally don't use the single fire button. And actually, as it stands right now, that's a circle on my PlayStation control. The single fire button is a little unreliable anyway. And it's very difficult to use the auto-fire button and not shoot 3 lemons. And so when you're shooting 353, that's a great time out of Shadow Man. when you're trying to just fire one shot at like a grenade so that you can shoot and then slide, it just doesn't really work very well. And so then a lot of times that affects whether or not you can shoot something after that the way that you would otherwise. So that's the thing. Okay, we got a little bit of a bonk there. I imagine this could be, yep, got caught there. This could be very slow. I did not really practice this run hardly at all. I spent one run through the game making save states on the Legacy Collection and practicing as I went. And I spent probably like an hour and a half. And everything else has just basically been trying to get a run going. Okay, we got the music despawn right here. Ooh, bonk. I did not adjust that well. Look at this. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was real bad. And we're probably, yeah, look at that health too. That health looks iffy. Are we gonna get a big health drop, or are we just gonna have to pick it up on our way? Oh, of course. The one time that you want some health drops, you don't get anything. Ugh. Yeah, so anyway, like, boss fights are probably gonna be a big weak spot in this run. Just a heads up. I actually did another run while I was waiting for this to upload. It was very complicated getting this off my PlayStation. I was not prepared for that. And it took me about a full day to get this off my PlayStation to my computer. And in that time, I actually got a better run, so... and now it's been like a full weekend since both of them. But, we made it through the block slide room. It was a little sketchy on the back half, but, you know, we didn't die. As I told my girlfriend, we're just team don't die. You know, I am not at the level where I really have to do much to, improve on my time. So, you know, just... That might be the slow, safe Gemini fight, but guess what? We did it without making any big mistakes, so... Awesome. So what we're running against here on Live Split is a 37:57 NES time. That is the best time I ever got on the NES. That's with auto-fire. And as you might guess, like, most of this time save, since I'm kind of still pretty rusty, most of this time save is probably just lag. You know, I got trapped in those bubbles of those fish on Gemini Man, and still saved over 2 seconds on that stage. Compared to my best NES run ever. I do find it a lot easier to slide on the Legacy Collection, just because you don't have to worry about, like, oh, I got a little bit of lag and the timing's just a little bit off. I do find turning around back and forth in the slide for Needleman stage, for whatever reason, to be actually very unnatural. Whereas I never had a problem with it with NES control. There's some weird feel to this game with the PlayStation control. Maybe that's just the best way to put it. Because I spent my whole, you know, life playing this to some degree on a NES controller, which is obviously, you know, a rectangle. You know, things like the start button first. Oh, good. Nadua! Yay! Okay, at least Needleman caught it. The start button for switching weapons, especially towards the end of the game in the Wily stages, on a PlayStation controller is just not someplace I can easily reach. So I actually had to remap it to R1. And recently I've been thinking about remapping it again to triangle, because I sometimes pause accidentally and at very inopportune times. So anyway, here we go into Snake Man stage. Snake Man is on the NES. It's also a very laggy stage. There are some really cool, very technical, high-level things you can do. There's some zips you can do through the giant snakes. Like, that was a good bonk. On the next screen. I know that like top runners change to Rush Jet at the end of that first screen, but I don't like to do that because oh good, just stand there and get shot. I don't like to do that because I feel like I waste ammo in the second screen, and I have an easier time shooting the third snake just with regular Buster instead of Rush Jet. So the Armor Joes here, I strongly suspect that in general when you see them in this game with the auto fire, the strategies would probably frequently be different for the Legacy Collection compared to the NES, because you can buster them down quite quickly with an auto fire, whereas that's not very simple with the NES cartridge, having to do a straight mash. So we're just going to do some Rush Jet. You'll notice I did not do that single block slide. I feel like when I actually get a run out of Gemini Man, there's no reason to be like, I'm going to save half a second by putting the entire run in jeopardy. I'm also not going to do a good Snake Man fight. I'm just going to stay left and safe. And now I'm going to approach him. See how close I can get to the center. Because of, you know, he just kind of kept moving and didn't jump all over me. But I do not do the, you know, fire slide, get onto the pedestal as fast as you can. And you'll notice, like, you know, none of these stages are real crisp, but I'm gold splitting everything compared to the NES, and that's just time save. It's not even really the auto fire, because I was using auto fire. I was using turbo controller. Although the auto fire for the Legacy Collection fires faster. The lemons come out way closer together. I actually found it actually very off-putting when I first started playing it. Okay, let's see how this Proto Man fight goes. This one, I almost always do a better job than in Shadow Man. In Shadow Man, I very frequently either get jumped on because I place myself incorrectly, or I miss him by just like miss one shot short and just take forever trying to nail him. So let's see. I think something happens very unfortunate on this next screen. We switch to Rush Jet, auto fire. Where's Rush? Where's Rush? I don't understand. He didn't spawn. What's going on? Let's pause. Let's call Rush again. Man. I've never seen that happen. I think I may have heard that if you fire on, like, the exact frame that you spawn on the screen, like, something can happen with Rush. But I've always just held auto fire on the screen transition. I've never had an issue before this. This is the first time I'd ever seen that. So, alright, we do that. Magnet Man fight, a lot of the time I mess it up a little bit. But the good news about Magnet Man is the fight's so quick that you mess it up, you still didn't really lose all that much time. Oh, look at that. I didn't even mess it up. I could have ended up a little further to the right, I guess. But, I mean, I'm basically in the middle, right? So. But we did lose some time because of that Rush Jet shenanigans. I remember I was so mad when that happened. I thought that was going to be the thing that sent me over the edge into playing really crappy, and I was going to lose the run to something stupid. Just because that Rush Jet put me on tilt. Alright, so here we go into Hardman. Hardman has some very infamous bees here. The giant bees that can drop a clamshell, I don't know, full of 5 smaller bees. On the NES, they will lag the daylights out of you. On Legacy Collection, not so much. But you still don't want them to drop on you, and they will drop right on you. They'll get in your way. They circle around. They waste a lot of time. So even though you're not... Oh, good. I'm about to get jumped all over by this monkey. Even though the bees don't lag the game the same way, like, it's still a big deal to try to avoid them. And on that first screen, kill all of them before they can drop. And my slide gets eaten. I've actually gotten pretty good at killing that Met with my fall shots, but I am not good at sliding there without the slide getting eaten. And so the shots don't have a chance to get to the Met a lot of the time, unfortunately. Alright, here we go. Don't get bees! Okay, woohoo! We did not get the bees. This is, in my opinion, the hardest Proto Man fight. I think it's pretty obvious it's the hardest one, because you've got the uneven ground here. See, I'm just... because the lemons are so close together, there's no opportunity for me to say, okay, is this good timing, is this not good timing? And keep one in the chamber so I can auto-fire that at a better timing. It's just, you fire, if you miss, well, you gotta wait till they come back. And I'm not very good at adjusting that. I did get the kinda sorta... Well, I didn't get frozen, so we'll call it the fast fight. A bad version of the fast fight. I never really practiced the bosses when I was running NES. I practiced them a little bit, but obviously, you know, if you don't have a practice ROM, because I don't have an EverDrive or anything, and you're just playing from the cart, it is very time-consuming to practice just boss fights. You can't do it a whole lot of times before you gotta play the whole level over. Gotta mess around with passwords. If you're not gonna just start at the beginning and work your way through the whole game, it's just a mess. And so all my boss fights are pretty sloppy compared to what they should be. That's why my Snake Man fight is just the simplest, safest Snake Man fight. That's why my Gemini Man fight is the, you know, slow, safe Gemini fight. And a lot of the time I mess it up. But with Legacy Collection you can do save states. So that should make it a lot easier to practice. That screen there with the little slide in the middle, the danger slide that I don't feel I'm nearly good enough to do, is actually really not that hard to do on the Legacy Collection. It is, for me, certain death on the NES. So, anyway. Also, because there's no lag, you don't have to destroy any of these blocks in the Legacy Collection. I don't know if it's faster. It might be faster to destroy them since I'm only getting one slide on each of those. I can do a little danger single block slide there. No problem, Legacy Collection. Here we go, Sparkman. How many jumps? One jump. One jump! Sparkman's being nice, apparently. So yeah, you can see, Legacy Collection, we are way ahead. You know, it's been at least a year, probably significantly longer than a year, since I got these PB splits for the NES, so I couldn't tell you what happened to my NES run without looking it up. But we are way ahead. We're 30 seconds ahead going into Doc Jet. We're only halfway through the game. It's amazing. Okay, Doc Gemini. I have put a minimal amount of work into this first screen on Doc Gemini. 3 slides, and then we jump up, we shoot that, jump over that, shoot, jump, shoot, 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 double slide. The second one's only a half slide. Magnet. I do not slide on those. Besides just the dangers of single block slides, and right now it's just get the time locked down. It's not, you know, cut a half second here and a half second there. I also really feel like I would be in danger of messing up that first magnet that you fire by trying to do slides and then jump and then fire the magnet without messing it up. Don't get knocked down a pit. I am going to do a different deboost here. Oh, this is the one time so far that I've actually done it right in a run. Needle feels a little different. The shooting pattern feels a little different as well than it did on NES, and I just really haven't bothered to spend any... Oh, this is the one where I couldn't turn around. Yeah. I tried to turn around like 3 times there while I was shooting those needles, and because I was hitting left at like the exact same time I was firing the needle, it wouldn't turn. It was... I felt so stupid. Anyway, my bubbles have been really sketchy with the needle because it just feels different, and I haven't dedicated any time to it. But I think doing that D-boost is generally a pretty decent strategy. On this screen and the next screen, I think I go very slowly with these ladders. Very, very, very safe, because I'm so terrified of lose and run. I feel like every time I come through here, I just grab every single ladder. And I don't want that. So we're not taking any chances of having stupid death there. Take it nice and slow and safe. You know, get the time on paper. This was not like a real PB run. Oh yeah, that's another thing. You gotta be really careful with Shadow Blade. There's several bosses that you can get real up close and personal with Shadow Blade. And with an auto fire, you will burn through that sucker quick. Spark, and Doc Bubble, and, I mean, Easy Devil dies, but you will notice when you get to Easy Devil's like 3/4 of a jump, half a jump, like, it's not even one jump. Auto fire is very, very quick. But you can use a lot of Shadow Blade you didn't mean to if you get up close and personal with someone, so you gotta be a little careful. These right here, no lag, is so amazing. Even this feels way better than even NES with the music despawn. And also I'm glad I don't have to do the music despawn, because, you know, I don't have to play around with spikes. I get to listen to music. I like Shadow Man music. I think it's got good energy. So this Woodman fight's not gonna be super high level, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I think I'm gonna have to take 3 shots from the other side, and I think I just barely get the first one. Oh yeah, that's the one I walked into him a little early. I've been messing around trying to do needles on this screen so that I can cut a menu out, but it has not gone very well for me, and it has affected my health routing, and then it's made me use E-Tank during Heatman, and it's just been a mess. So the last couple of runs that I've gotten going, I've elected to use the Gemini laser, because I also don't want to run out of magnets and be messing around with those shoes over those pits. That's not... that's not a game I need to be playing. We do not get the fire slide. I don't think I get a double hit either. Yeah, that was my chance. Oh, I got one on the end. Okay, I didn't remember that. I did get a double hit in the next run. Alright, we are 43 seconds ahead of the 37:57. I know the results of this, but I'm just gonna let it hang. I love being able to melt these hedgehogs or porcupines, or whatever they are, down real quick with the Buster. Okay, so as I was saying in Needleman, those slides feel weird. These needles are also, like, for some reason, I don't understand why. I didn't really have an ongoing problem with them on the NES, but man, do I really have issues on Legacy Collection with those needles. Hitting the needles with the little slide back and forth under the low ceilings. I'm so proud of myself with that menu, by the way. I think I actually had some really good menus in this run, I think. But I am very slow at getting into the menu, and then I'm very slow and imprecise maneuvering within the menu. So those two menus just being like dee on it, I was just like, you know, you gotta celebrate the little things in life. You gotta give yourself a high five sometimes for just silly little things, and that's my silly little thing. Like, hey, good job. You acted like you've played this game before and you know where things are in the menu. You know, like, this is probably like 80 or 90 attempts deep at the Legacy Collection. Which you would think that alone would be enough for you to know where things are in the menu. But I don't even know how many NES runs I did and how much practice I did on the NES, but I did a lot. Alright, let's see. I forget if I messed up the flying Mets here. I've been doing that a lot recently. Did I just get hit once? Oh, I don't even get... Wow. That was way better than I thought it was. I thought that was the one where I got hit twice. I thought I got hit by one of the canyons, and I thought I got hit by one of the Mets. Alright, so... without looking, I would swear to you that I used to open this fight with a slide and then a jump, and I'd fire like 3/4 of the way up the jump, and then I'd turn around and fire the other direction at the height of the jump. And I cannot make that work for the life of me on Legacy Collection. I tried. I can't make it work at all. But just like a walk forward and then do something like, oh shoot, I forgot to split. Okay, well, you know what? The splits don't have to be absolutely, impeccable through the middle of the run. They just have to be pretty much on beginning and end. Alright, we're gonna laser. Here's the thing that is gonna happen. I don't use the single fire shot for the lasers, so I fire a lot of extra lasers. And the reason is twofold. One, even on the NES, I felt like trying to fire a single laser, a lot of the time the laser just doesn't want to fire. I don't know why. I don't have that experience with the other weapons. But also because, as I mentioned earlier, the circle button on both of my PlayStation controls has been a little resistant to work. Probably because I play too much Tetris. So, I wanted to make sure that I didn't have one fail to fire and then fall down one of those pits from something stupid. And I know that I'm personally not going to use Gemini Laser on Snake Man, no matter how much ammo I pick up. Which I would probably not dodge because I'm not good like that. But I do think I get this jump. Yeah. I always feel so swag whenever I hit that jump. And I've been hitting it a lot on Legacy Collection. I can't do backwards D-boost to save my life, but I can hit that jump. Anyway, so those are the reasons that I use the auto-fire for the laser, even though I know it's going to fire an extra laser. It's not going to lag the game the way that you'd have to be afraid of on the NES. Although I do kind of feel like it might lag it a little bit still. But it's not super visible. And everybody's favorite fight, I actually got not good, but I got not dreadful at this at one time. That was me realizing I needed to pause, like, and then hitting the fire button. Because I'm smart like that. And then, of course, you can't pause while the snake is on the screen. And so I wasn't able to E-tank. So now we're gonna fire a couple errant snakes. By the way, snakes are friends. Don't listen to my girlfriend. She's terrified of snakes. So we lost something like, I don't know, 15, 20, 25 seconds from that. It was really sad. Because other than that, I felt like I had a, shout-outs to IBM computers, by the way. I felt like, other than that, this wasn't like a super high-level run, I'm not going to have this run and then be like, hey, Colonel Fatso, check it out, I'm on your level. But for me, I felt like this was very solid, and I didn't feel like I had a lot of stupid things where I was just shaking my head going, oh. I had a couple. I let that monkey jump all over me there for a second. you know, but, okay, so you can do the fast strats here pretty freaking easy with the auto fire buster, which is fantastic. I do not do spike slides. I don't do spike slides in any of the stages. I'll learn them eventually. But if you haven't picked up on the theme is I'm not good enough for it to be important. I think, do I do a magnet change here? Because I like to menu here instead of up here, because I've never been able to get the timing good on the jump off the ladder menu, change to magnet, jump, so that you get the fast movement up onto the ladder. I've never been good at that. And if you get too excited and you go too fast and you mess it up, it's slower. Especially on the NES, because that room's very laggy. You'll also notice the first Armor Joe, I fired 3 magnets. I don't wait for him to throw the bola, I just shoot it. Because I think you still have exact magnets left for Hardman this way, but I've been tending to pick up an ammo drop in Wily 2. Those last 2 big ammo drops right before Easy Devil. I was talking, I wasn't even looking at my turtles. I think this is the run where I got 5 left turtles. I wasn't paying attention. I can't ever get that timing. I don't know what the timing is for that. Are you supposed to jump before you even teleport in? Are you supposed to wait and be way late? Good menu. Great. See, that's what I'm talking about with the menu. That's why I was giving myself some props earlier. Is because I was like, oh, you menued to the, you know, rush jet, which is 1 weapon to the right of what you were going for. Why don't we go to the complete other page? No bees, no spikes. Huzzah. I would be in a lot of trouble if I got hit and fell on those spikes, because this is Mega Man 3, not Rockman 3. Ooh, I was being spicy and skipped the Magnet Man, or the Magnet ammo, which, spoiler alert, I think bites me when I fight Hardman. But because of the way iframes work in Mega Man, if you pause to, like, change your weapon from Shadow Blade to one of the rush weapons, your iframes go away. So, good luck getting off the spikes. In Rockman, you can. I've split late on that one too, but it's okay. You've got the idea. We will be extra careful with the last split. Even though this isn't even the run that I'm going to submit, because, spoiler alert, I have a better run. Slide, fire, slide. That was my attempt to jump over the second one, because you can totally jump over the second one. And you don't have to worry about killing them in a way where you reduce lag. You don't have to kill them at the edge of the screen, you don't have to kill them at all. Also, I don't remember sliding under the first one being extra free on the NES version, but I don't remember the last time I got hit by that guy on Legacy. Okay, so, this fight, the holograms, where you jump up here, you call rush, you jump, you fire, you menu, to top, right? Look at that. I'm so proud of myself for that menu. I had to remap my start button to R1 specifically because the start button on the PlayStation controller is just too far away from X and square for me to do that. Oh, I forgot to menu. That's okay. Like, the start button is so far away from X and square, which are jump and auto fire for me, that I just can't do that. And if you miss that first one, like, you are gonna add a lot of time to that fight, because now you've got to figure out where the real one is. That room is a little bit of a mess. You've got to find where the real Mega Man clone is, and, you know, you've got to get to him. Usually also I've got a menu to snakes, because, you know, that means I don't have to get up front, you know, up close and personal in the amount of time that I've got. So here's another one of those, like, little foibles about coming back to this run after all this time, is this menu right here. Good job. I went right to Hard Knuckle. I get so lost looking for Hard Knuckle. It happens a lot. It's kind of frustrating. Alright, do I get frozen here? No, because I got hit. It is really easy with auto fire to be like, I'm gonna get right in his face and just hold square, and then you go, oh wait, you can't do that for this boss. You realize that half a second too late. Oh, this isn't the run where that bit me in the butt. Okay, nice, nice, okay. I'm pretty happy with these refights, to be honest. Gemini laser on Gemini man's fine with me. I don't do, like, the turn around and fire it off the wall strat. I find it weird, and I mess it up a lot. And so I'm fine with doing something just a little bit slower. Here comes Needleman. I have actually practiced Needleman. Not that it has shown in this run, because I have to do both Needleman fights. But I feel like Needleman is, like Magnet Man, it's a very easy, quick fight. But I never get it right. And so I actually did dedicate some time to... Ooh, look at me, yeah. To, like, practicing and feeling out his patterns a little bit. Auto fire, Shadow Blade, don't even have to worry about it, just keep firing, fire, fire, fire. And slide, slide, slide. Okay, this time I remember to split. That's how you know somebody has, like, actually practiced the speedrun, is when they skip that life. The freest life in any game there could possibly be. It is less than a toe away from you, and you just go, nope, I don't want it. Alright, here we go. No need for lag snakes in Legacy Collections. That's nice. Although, I do really worry about jumping early and firing all my snakes instantaneously, and all of them missing. I think there's a little bit of time to be saved there if I jump and fire a little earlier. But I do worry about jumping too early and firing my snakes and not having any snakes fire at Wily. And then you've really hosed yourself, so... let's see how the menu is here. Menu's fine. Mess up my slide a little bit. Pretty good, pretty good. We're gonna menu again. How's that go? Good. There we go. Menu 1. Nope. That's what I'm talking about. Boom. 3650. That's actually a little faster than what I had on my phone. On my phone I had 3652.
Dr. Wily.
Yep, there's me.
Maybe next time.
Exactly. GG, Dr.
So
Wily.
my timing on my phone here while I was doing this run is a 3652.18.
There we go, yeah.
I am going to add a timer to this.
Okay, we don't need the rest of that commentary. So, yeah, as you can hear, when I was timing on my phone, it was 36:52. We went over by about a second and a half, almost, when I was timing on the phone. Our real time here is 36:50.74. And as you can see, a lot, / most of that time save is just from no lag. Save 5.5 seconds against my PB in Top Man. How much of that is lag? A lot of that is lag. I can tell you the very first screen saved like 1.5 seconds just in lag. Shadow Man also faster Proto Man fight because the auto fight. Well, it's a little faster than I did it on the NES because I also had auto fire. But also lag, right? Gemini Man lag. So much less lag. And I messed that Gemini Man up quite badly, right? I got stuck under those bubbles with the fish, remember? And then I had to pick up the health. And then the back half of the blocks I did real slow. It was kind of a mess. And the first screen, I think I got hit by everything that you can try to skip. It was awful. It's just, you save so much time with the lag taken out. To save a full minute to go from 3757 on the NES to 3650 on the Legacy collection is just wild. So anyway, thanks everybody for listening to me ramble and ramble and ramble and ramble. I will be very happy to finally put something, submit something to the leaderboard. First, I have to register to the leaderboard. And hopefully after, I would like to get Mega Man 3 under 36 on the Legacy collection. I think that's very reasonable. And then I'll probably start learning some other Mega Man 3 runs. So maybe there will be more content in the future. Maybe not. I don't know. But if you take anything from this, play some Mega Man, man. Some jump and shoot. Some blue bomber. And give Dr. Wily some GGs. Because if you don't give him some good sportsmanship, he's going to stop playing. He's going to take his ball and go home. And then who are you going to beat? Nobody. That's who. So you got to give GGs to Dr. Wily. GG, Dr. Wily. Peace.